Marvel Studios director of the popular Disney Plus series Moon Knight recently criticized Zack Snyder and his DC films, and some comments specifically comparing his films to James Gunn's have not landed very well. So once again, this comes at us from Marvel Arabic, where the director of Moon Knight sat down and talked a little bit about the approach to the series, their sort of take on everything Marvel, what they were doing, and inevitably the competition was gonna get brought up. The director goes on and praises James Gunn for what he was able to do with his DC projects, what he was able to pull off with a lot of obscure characters, and just praising James Gunn as a great worker and somebody to help the MCU and is going to help the DC universe. This is where the conversation takes it into the DC realm of discussion, where they talk a little bit about what was done before. And the director highlights how the last period of DC under Zack Snyder was not so good, didn't appeal to him, and says that James Gunn handled it better and that his approach to DC was just better overall than anything that Zack Snyder had done. He says that when it comes to it, he believes that James Gunn is a much greater artist for DC and that he will continue to do excellent work unlike what we had previously. He also says he hopes that people can look at how talented James Gunn is and what he's taking on and not just criticize him because he's not the previous guy who they latched onto. All good stuff in my opinion. Again, Zack Snyder is an acquired taste, certainly not for all the audiences, as we've seen with a response from box office and reviews and all that. He's got his fans like any director, but he's also got people that outright hate him. He's got people that depend on the project, either love him or don't like him, such as myself. So it all goes to show you that I think there's obviously various ways you can look at what various people have said about Zack Snyder. And certainly, even Muhammad here, he's praised Zack Snyder. But as he's saying here, it's not all praise. And you got to look at the bigger picture here, and hopefully DC can recover by having James Gunn, who's put out better projects. Certainly, if you look at the response consensus when it comes to reviews, James Gunn's DC projects have performed better than Zack Snyder. So that's factual.